Welcome guys, Jay Smith here. Another Mizuno, gotta get that fucking fly, it's gonna drive me fucking mental. Dead. Welcome guys, Jay Smith here, down for another review for the Mizuno drivers. This time it's the G time, the one, as you can see, with the removable weights. The one actually that I was looking forward to test the most, because you got the normal 200, which is going to be for the masses, for the most people, which are going to suit into a certain spin profile and need to be dialed with loft, with the right shaft and blah blah blah. But you have got the G. Now the G is here for, I wouldn't say extremes, but people that do want to manipulate their spin profile, shall we say. And that's what you have these weights for. I think they got 11 on them. I don't know if that is 11, I don't know how much they weigh, but there are two fairly substantial weights. They've stripped away of weight from this head as best they possibly can do, and they've enabled it to stick those honking great big things in there. Before we talk about like the other tech of their head and stuff, those weights, as you can see now, rather than being inserted in there in the 190G from last year, the problem with that is as soon as you put them in there and then move along the tracks to fix them, well, they are in their most forgiving setting there, but you couldn't fix them there before. You had to move them slightly closer to the face, making it slightly less forgiving. So what you've done this year, you can see right in the middle, that is where you put them in from now. So you put them in from the middle, and that means then you can get all that weight whacked that far back in the head, which is going to make a massive difference when it comes to forgiveness. But you don't worry, you've still got the option to whack them straight in the front to try and make them as unforgiving, yes, but lower spin. And for me, how I deliver, potentially very long, but I will be putting them in there because it'd be interesting if I hit those and I can't control it, I might have to move them back again, but we'll see. Anyway, the face. Mizuno love the face this year. We're going to be talking about a lot about this face. Now that is not beta rich from last year, it's full on beta titanium, so probably very costly. I don't know how much, but probably very much money. But because it's lighter and stronger this year, they've managed to make the outside parts, the heels, toes, highs and lows and all that lot, parts where we really shouldn't be hitting it, more forgiving. So thinner, they rebound faster, create more ball speed for more centre hits. The same carbon composite crown, again shaving weight off, but they do make it look nice, don't they? Does look really good. Shelf appeal, they'll look really nice this year. The 190 was a little bit transformery. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But that does look lovely. I must admit, they do. Mizuno are really starting to make some very, very good looking drivers now. Yeah, feel wise, I mean, I've hit this a few times just to see what it's like inside and out. And the sound is very similar to the 200. I can't tell the difference necessarily in the actual sound when I'm hitting it. Although, there's a very interesting thing. When I'm swinging it as a practice swing, when I'm just warming up, I did notice a funny noise, and I know it's made from these channels, because these channels are in the back of the head. When you swing, you get like a funny whistle. You don't notice it when you're hitting a golf ball at all. It's just that I noticed it when I was inside and I was just swinging. I'm thinking, I can hear a whistle here. Just okay, it's not going to irritate anybody. It's just an observation which I kind of heard as I was warming up. But anyway, looks probably be again, arguably better than last year. Again, that's looks is very, very much so personal preference. Going to the black, much better than the blue. Now I know Mizuno fanboys out there. I mean, I like Mizuno, you guys know that, but I like the black's much better. Sells much better than the blue. Head covers. I don't like the boxing glove head covers really. I mean, don't get me wrong, it feels lovely when you put your hands in. Nice and warm for a winter's day. Don't really protect your shaft though, put it in the bag, doesn't matter. Yeah, so sound wise, it doesn't sound dead. It's not like a classic carbon like you get. There is a little bit of punch to it, which I prefer. It's a little bit louder than what you would call probably the market leading in most people's eyes. The Maverick sounds just lovely. It's such an amazing blend of everything. And this is a slightly more punchier, higher, not say high pitch, it's not, it's got a bit more punchier hit to it. But again, that's all subjective. So I suppose it's about time we see how far this one really goes. I'm going to hit it with my Game Ball Vice Pro to see how premium ball works. And yeah, let's go hit this loads of times, not just a few times. Let's go hit it a load of times to see on average how far this goes on a good shot, and also when I don't hit it very well and I get penalised. Let's go see. So now the performance side of this thing. Let's see how this thing works. Hit a load of shots. You know the drill. Loads of shots, not just one, not just two. So many that I run out of room on the page that you will see this. So let's cut across to the performance. Go ball data first. Let's see how well this thing worked. Click along. Here it goes. Now, interesting bit, because I think you might find this quite interesting. When I did this test, when I did the 200 normal test to see how the run of the mill went, I'm now swinging just a couple mile an hour faster, yada yada yada, and I wanted to see how this one. So this is the one that I potentially will fit into because of the speed, spin, dynamic loft, how I deliver, yard blah issues. And I wanted to see basically by hitting slightly different speeds, slightly different everything else, what this thing's capable of doing. So as you can see there, on the speeds, they all range a little bit. They go from 160, I think I've got some more up the top there anyway, but they all range and as low as a certain amount. So let's go 158 miles an hour. So it's slower than the standard standard model, but I was swinging slower. Yeah, and I was swinging different speeds and yeah. Anyway, launch in at 14 degrees. Look at the spin already. Slower swing speeds, yet it's already spinning a good couple hundred plus, 300 less than the normal. So yeah, doing its job. Peak height is lower and carrying at 288. 288 from a slower swing. And I'll transition over now to the club head data. As you can see, club head now rather than 113, 111.8, so it's slower. And look at that, 5 mil toe, 2 mil high. So strike wise, on average, I am very, very close to the normal 200, how I did it before. So I, within reason, yes, I'm a human. I don't hit the middle every single time because you can see I vary a little bit. But it is crazy good of just how long this thing is. I have regularly hit shots of nearly 300 yards carry with this thing if I dial the speed up. It is an absolute monster, and you can see that. I mean, if I go by the flights, so let's be honest, you can see there they move around a little bit. There's a miss hit there which drops it back down again, but again, I'm not someone who hits the middle every single time. I am a pro, but I'm not a robot. Now you guys will obviously disperse a bit more than me, but you necessarily won't then move into this. The whole idea of this is because it suits a certain type of individual. If you want forgiveness, then you'll go to the normal 200, or if you want the ultimate forgiveness and you want a little bit, oh god, I to reach down for it, you got the 200X down there. But you can see that. I mean, I have hit some ridiculously long shots with this. I don't, because we run out, I hit too many, so it keeps on scrolling. But up the top, some 298 carries, some 299s. I could easily, if I really want to, you get into a hitting frenzy with this thing to try and see how hard you can hit. But I mean, on average, that thing is going just so well. I mean, if you want to concentrate, I'll just go back to this data here. Look at the bottom one. Sorry, one but bottom, 298. 158 ball speed, launching at 16 degrees basically, but spinning at 1679, 298, hitting the green 333. And what was that? Let's have a 2 from the bottom. Let's go on that. Just go look at the clubbed data for 2 from the bottom, and I can tell you already it's 111.8. So 9mm toe, 5mm high, and it's not. It's just. What do you say about that? I am definitely going for the 200G. Definitely going for the 200G. This thing is crazy, and the interesting part is the fact that it's fit already by dropping the loft right down, like I've done there, putting the weights right forward. It is not that unforgiving that I can't. I mean, I've hit certain shots there, you can see there, but I deviate. I can see here you got 31 left, 26 left, 32 left, 23. You can see that I do move a little bit, yeah, but I'm hitting it that far that I've got to accept that there's going to, unless I can half my inaccuracies, which is crazy. The longer I go, the further I go, the further offline it's potentially going to be. But I'm sure with a bit of practice, this is in my custom fit shaft, which is the, again, going back to the Atmos Tour Spec 6X from Fujikura at an inch shorter than standard. So again, must make sure you custom fit for these things. And then also the price point. I want to reiterate the price point of this compared to everything else that performs anything like this. This performs as good as anything else out there. The Maverick, I can't remember exactly what the Maverick did when it comes to the best carry that I did on there. It's going to be close to this, if maybe a yard less or whatever it be. But this still remains fairly forgiving, considering that's what's done with the weights. You do that in a Maverick, that's arguably that sounds the best one out there, and it probably does. It's probably the best sounding driver of all time, for mine personally is. This thing just, yeah, I would be playing this all day long, because the Maverick, although would match this for distance, I could not control it. It could go anywhere, and Rick had the exact same thing. As soon as he hit it, he just noticed straight away that it was just completely unforgiving. Where this one surprised me. I was expecting as soon as I pushed this weight forward to do the exact same thing, but it didn't. So anyway, that's what I would go for me. But again, make sure you guys get custom fit. So hope you liked that one. Going to do the 200X next, which will be really interesting, because I will bend down for this. I have got this in the Ridic shaft. I've got I mean, look at the size of that weight at the bottom there. Look at the size of that, kid. It's monstrous. Look at the size of that. And I've got it in the 39 gram shaft, because I'm not really that shaft sensitive. Especially in irons, but not really that in driver. I've got it in the full length 39 gram shaft, because Mark hit it and I was so interested in how that would work. I've got it for the next test. Anyway, hope you liked it, guys. Click the like button below, subscribe down there if you can. Go on, the red button next to it, bell, click that one. That will let you know the next time when I upload this thing and every other video that I will do on the floor. So anyway, hope you liked it, and we'll see you again soon.